is Ahmed al-Sharaa? The US State Department officially listed him and HTS as terrorists in 2012 from the global terrorist entities, but kept al-Sharaa under watch. Has a labeled terrorist ever become a president before? He already ran the local government in Idlib with courts, hospitals, and police. Many reports say dissent is not tolerated. The bigger picture? Double standards? Western countries call leaders in Africa or Asia dictators when they rise with force. But when a former al-Qaeda affiliate becomes president, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's story sounds like a movie, but it is not. A man once called a terrorist by the US and the UN is now president of Syria. How did this happen? What does it mean for Syria and the rest of the world? And has anything like this ever happened before? Let's break down the full story with facts only, no bias. Who is Ahmed al-Sharaa? Born in Syria, former name Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, helped from al-Nusra Front, an al-Qaeda-linked group. Later led Hayat Tahrir al-Sham HTS, a powerful armed group in Syria's northwest. In January 2025, he was chosen as interim president by rebel groups in Idlib. He once led a group the world called terrorists. Now he leads a country. Why was he labeled a terrorist and by whom? The US State Department officially listed him and HTS as terrorists in 2012. UN Security Council followed, citing links to al-Qaeda. He was accused of leading violent attacks, using extremist ideologies, and violating human rights. It is important to note that in 2021, HTS broke ties with al-Qaeda and began acting more like a local government in Idlib. Who removed the terrorist label? Well, in the mid-2024, under pressure from the allies like Turkey and Qatar, the US quietly delisted HTS from the global terrorist entities, but kept al-Sharaa under watch. In 2025, after his appointment as interim president, several nations stopped calling him a terrorist, instead calling him a reformist leader. Well, let's discuss the controversy. Some called it a smart move for peace. Others said, are we now rewarding terrorists with power? This is where the debate begins. Has a labeled terrorist ever become a president before? Historically, it's extremely rare. Examples? Nelson Mandela, once called a terrorist by the apartheid South Africa, later became a hero. And President Yasser Arafat, leader of PLO, once seen as terrorist, later met the US presidents. But both were freedom fighters, not linked to al-Qaeda. Ahmed al-Sharaa is different. His group was formerly part of al-Qaeda, a global terror network. Why was he made president? After 14 years of war, many Syrians wanted a new face. Assad lost support in Idlib and parts of Aleppo. Rebel leaders saw al-Sharaa as organized, disciplined, and charismatic. He already ran the local government in Idlib with courts, hospitals, and police. It is important to note this is not a national election. He was chosen by regional forces, not the entire country. How is the world reacting? US under Trump praised him as a tough reformer. Biden administration is cautious, not supporting, not even opposing. Turkey, Qatar, and even Pakistan have opened talks. Russia and Iran reject him completely, still back Assad. The world is split. Some call it New Hope, others call it political suicide. Well, what does his rule look like? HTS runs courts, schools, hospitals, but also controls media and speech. Many reports say dissent is not tolerated. Religious minorities and women face strict rules in the areas under HTS. He has promised reforms by 2029, including free elections, but critics say that's just a delay tactics. What is the role of USA in the shift in 2020 and 2023? Well, the US airstrikes targeted HTS leaders. By 2024, US policy shifted more focus on removing Assad than fighting HTS. Trump in particular called al-Sharaa a necessary evil to bring peace. Quiet US backing allowed regional players to normalize HTS's presence. Many now say US did not fight the terrorists, they negotiated with them. The bigger picture? Double standards? Western countries call leaders in Africa or Asia dictators when they rise with force. But when a former al-Qaeda affiliate becomes president, they say, let's wait and see. Why the silence now? Why isn't the world questioning this as loudly as other regimes?